really, one thing I was calling about was the homosexual marriage thing is driving me nuts, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the fear on everyone's faces here. And I think it goes back to the fact that I've had devout Muslim friends, I've had devout Christian friends. They all get really tied into a knot about homosexuality, I think, because they can't really explain it. They can't explain why it's there.
Yes.
Because if you're a materialist evolutionist who looks at human beings as products of biology, it makes complete sense and it doesn't bother you, because we see homosexuality in the animal world among certain kinds of chimps. Whether it comes about through genetics or through environmental causes, it's there. It's something that appears to be natural, and I can't think of any reason why it's horrible. And and then you add that to my political ideas, which is that the government doesn't have any business telling people who can get married and who can't.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, if homosexuals want to get married, fine, you know. So I think really what this is that Christianity, what we're seeing here is part of the fear here that Christianity and a lot of these kind of belief systems, they can't explain the world they see around them, and it makes them very afraid. I've told a Christian, tried to explain to a Christian one time, actually I wrote a 60-page Platonic dialogue to this effect, which is that as an atheist and a Christian arguing over what Christianity makes sense logically and morally. And one of the points that the atheist kept hammering on is that Christianity can't explain evil. It really can't.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, why evil is such a fearful thing, and they have to sort of throw it all on this being called Satan, but they can never really explain why Satan has the motives he does.
Exactly.
If you're a materialist evolutionist, or if you follow evolutionary psychology, you know that murder, rape, greed, all these horrible things that go on in our society, they're there because in some contexts, usually in the past, they did serve a purpose towards survival.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in the context of wanting to live in a peaceful society where you kind of leave everyone alone and let them do their thing, it becomes a big problem. But at least you know where it came from in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's really my point. The last little point I want to make is about y'all's graphic. I'm a married atheist, so I guess I would fit in the bottom category there. I do think that maybe one reason atheists have a slightly lower divorce rate is because they aren't as pressured to get married.
Exactly.
The religious people I've had, there's this pressure.
Exactly.
Especially if they want to, get out there and have sex. There's this idea that you need to be married before you do that.
Exactly.
And so they grab the first person they think is the one, and they get married to that person, usually too young.
Yeah.
And usually not toward any purpose. It's just to be married, just to play house, and that usually falls apart.
Yes,
and
exactly.
My wife and I, we got married after a long span of dating because we decided we wanted to have kids. We thought it'd be good to unite our finances and whatnot. It was a really practical decision.
And you obviously spent a lot of time thinking about those things, and rather than being pushed along by somebody else's expectations.
Yeah, expectations and hormones. So.
Well, I don't want to take over your show, but thanks a lot for what you do.
Well, thank you for your comments.
Really happy that there's something like this on the air.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think, like I say, there's a lot of different reasons why the religious side doesn't like the idea of gay marriage. It can't be explained all that well. That's one factor. One factor is tradition, and there are several things. But I think for a lot of the mainstream people, it's also just, unfortunately, an ick factor.
Yeah.
It's different from what I do, therefore, that can't be good.
Well, other people's sexuality naturally, I think, make folks uncomfortable.
Exactly, especially in this country.
Right.
Look at Janet Jackson. I mean, everybody had a flip out over that one.
Or Michael Jackson. But we won't go there.
Yeah, no, please not. Please not. Please not.
So,